Hello, viewers. Welcome back to On the Court, Episode 6. I'm your host, Teilor Hubbard, here with my guest star, Sean Missioner.
How you doing?
Okay, we have a lot to cover, so we're going to get started. Derrick Rose, 50-point game against Utah. What did you see?
What did I see? I saw the old D Rose come back. Felt like a flashback all of a sudden. D Rose. But the one thing I know, that ain't going to happen every night.
Oh, no, that's not going to happen every night. Like, he got 2 busted up knees. That's not going to happen every night. But I am happy for Derrick Rose. I think he needed that for his confidence, especially being last year where he didn't even know what team he was going to play on. He got traded from the Cavaliers to Utah Jazz, which made this game even more better because he played against the Jazz. And they were the team that traded him last year. He didn't even get to play a full game for them. So I think it was a lot of motivation coming up to this game anyway. But I'm very happy for D Rose. Next, we need to talk about the Boston Celtics versus the Milwaukee Bucks. Okay, so what I really saw from this game was Kyrie Irving is finally back. He looks like he's in shape.
It's the haircut.
It's the haircut. It got to be the haircut because the Uncle Drew haircut was not working for him. But Gordon Hayward had a very solid game for them. You can tell he's getting his legs and his wind under him. The Greek Freak is going to be the Greek Freak. He dropped 33 and 11 boards in this game. Chris Middleton started off slow, but later picked it up throughout the rest of the game. Jason Tatum didn't really have a good game. He didn't play like Jason Tatum this game. He only had 12 points. And the key turnover at the end of the game that could have been bad for the Boston Celtics. They end up closing that game 107 to 113, which snapped the Bucks' 7-game winning streak. So now they're 7-1. Also, Boston have won 4 straight since we last talked about Boston. They were 2-2. But their starting lineup is now picking it up, playing like a dominant force that we know. But my question to you is, as you was watching that game, what did you get from it?
Overall, what I got that basically all the key components are coming together all of a sudden. They're finally coming together. This is the first time we actually seen the team play together. And overall, I think that we're going to see them be the number 1 seed or the number 2 seed in the East.
I mean, I didn't doubt they was going to be a top 2 seed. If they not number 1, to me, it would be the Raptors. Bucks is slowly coming to me for the 3rd seed because I did have 76ers to begin the year, but they have been dropping a lot of games. With the Boston Celtics, I feel like if they do not get to the finals, this is a wasted season. Period. Because, to me, they should have got to the finals last year. But, the Kings stopped them. But, yeah, it would be basically a wasted season if they do not get to the finals. Making a transition to the Sacramento Kings. We really have not talked about the Sacramento Kings, who is 6-3 right now. They have a great, solid, young backcourt with De'Aaron Fox and Buddy Hield. De'Aaron Fox had a very, very good monster game yesterday with 31 points, 10 rebounds, 15 assists against the Atlanta Hawks. He's the youngest player to ever post a 30-plus point game, 15 assists and 10 rebounds since Michael Jordan and Magic Johnson. Buddy Hield also had a really good game with 27 points against Atlanta. To me, that backcourt, that's the future. Because you think about it, Buddy Hield, De'Aaron Fox, none of them is older than 25 right now. So, looking at the future, what backcourt mate that's younger than 25 could really give Sacramento backcourt a run for their money? Because you think about it, Damian Lillard, CJ McCollum, they're older than 25.
Yeah.
John Wall and Bradley Beal, which is what I'm going to get to today in today's segment. But they are the future. Why don't you think people are talking about the Sacramento Kings?
Really, I think because most of their games they don't get televised like that, to be honest. And they're young, and even though they are kind of exciting, they really haven't made much of a buzz yet.
They really have. That's what I'm trying to tell you. They're 6-3. Like, Sacramento Kings, we didn't have Sacramento Kings at least starting off to this good of a start.
Maybe.
Not no 6-3. Like, maybe a 2-6, but not no 6-3. Like, but I would say you have within the first 25 games, that's when you can really see who the team is. So I'm not gonna get too hype about it, but I just want to talk about it a little bit. So that's why I was saying, like, why isn't anybody talking about Sacramento Kings? Of course, they're a young team, and I also agree with you. They don't have a lot of televised games. I haven't seen one televised Sacramento Kings game this year, and they're 9 games in.
Question though, what are the teams that they actually beat in this 6-2 record?
Well, I mean, Atlanta, they did beat OKC, which is a good, solid win for them. But I do want to see them play Denver.
Ooh.
Just to get more solid, Denver Warriors to get more solid wins under their belt. But OKC for them was a very solid win, and OKC had Russell Westbrook, PG. They had their whole squad, so it wasn't like, oh well, they was beating up on OKC without Russell. So, I mean, Sacramento Kings, man. If they don't get to the playoffs, they can make a little buzz though. So I feel like with Willie Cauley-Stein, he's really stepping into his own. Their rookie Marvin Bagley, he can really ball out. But I like the team that they have put together with the young core and things like that. All right, so let's talk about tonight's game. The Washington Wizards versus the OKC Thunder. Wizards dropped another game. Their record is 1-7 with this loss tonight against the Thunder. Wizards are one of the worst teams on defense. They're one of the worst teams on offensive efficiency, one of the worst teams on defensive rebounding, and one of the worst teams on offensive rebounding. Now, that's too much worse.
That's horrible.
I don't even know, with all of that bad, what are they good at? Like, I don't even know what they're good at. They had 15 turnovers in the first half of tonight's game. If you have 15 turnovers, you cannot expect to win that game by any means. Dwight Howard was the only spark tonight. Of course, Bradley Beal did what Bradley Beal can do. But tonight, to me, the spark was Dwight Howard. But even with Dwight Howard's 19 points in the first half, the game was so disappointing, I didn't even finish watching that game. That's how bad that game was. But with his 19 points in the first half, it kind of showed spurts of what he's been working on. The jump shot, he always had that hook, but taking Adams to the rim multiple times, it really showed what he really can do. And he's not even 100%. He has a butt problem. Like, I don't know. Like, they saying there's something wrong with his butt to where he can't even sit down on the bench. He can't sit down. He has to lay down flat. But even with that, he gave a maximum effort tonight. My God, they can't protect the paint, nor can they protect the 3-point line. Question to you: who you think should step up as a leader on this team?
Well, this is right now the thing that really needs to get basically taken care of is the thing between Bradley Beals and John Wall. You know, they're not on the same page. They haven't been on the same page probably for the last 3 years, to be real. And until they get that taken care of, they're gonna be just like this, man. Because they're the two leaders of the team.
To me, I feel like these losses are on them. Like I said, I don't know who's going to step up, whether it's Bradley Beal or John Wall. But right now, even with Bradley Beal or John Wall, they combined for 10 turnovers in the first half of this game. 10. So your leaders are turning the ball over a majority of the time. And question, should they go into panic mode?
Panic mode? No. I wouldn't go to panic mode just yet. Because it is the beginning of the season and you have time to figure things out.
I have another opinion on that.
Mm-hmm.
I think they should go in panic mode because you're 1-7. It is the beginning of the season. But wasn't y'all the one that said y'all are the real kings of the East? And only reason y'all have not went to the final was because of LeBron James. So now that LeBron James is not in the East, what is the excuse now? Y'all 1-7. So for me, I would go in panic mode. Y'all are dead last in the NBA, record wise. Dead last. Now, Phoenix beating y'all record wise. Like Phoenix is what, 1-6? They might be 1-7 after tonight, but like y'all are dead last in records. So it's like, to me, they have to break that team up. Trade either Wall or Bill and get a piece. To me, I probably would trade Wall because Wall to me is more expendable. Mm-hmm. I say that because last year when they didn't have Wall for that large period of time, they was actually in a winning streak. Now I knew they wouldn't have made the finals without Wall. Mm-hmm. But I would trade Wall for 2 solid pieces, and I would keep Bill because he's just a knockdown shooter. He's a great 2-way player, so I would keep Bill. Wall. Bill, I'm sorry. What about you?
I would keep him as well. Honestly, Bill, he'll be the new leader of the team.
Somebody got to step up. We don't even know who the leader at this point. Somebody has to step up. So, that's what we saw from the Wizards. OKC, on the other hand, is rolling. After dropping their first 4 games, they have now won their last 4 games. So, they are 4-4, which is a record of 500. And I think that's great for OKC. They're finding their niche. You know, Ferguson, tonight he showed a little spark. But really, before tonight, they was playing 4-on-5 because Ferguson was not giving them anything. And I mean anything. No, he just could not shoot the ball. So, what did you see from OKC?
Well, I saw a really good game from overall. Even though Ferguson was struggling in the beginning, a couple shots went down in the end. I think he kind of gained a little bit of confidence.
Yeah, I say this game really probably will be good for his confidence because he played very, very well in this game. Their role players played well with Diallo. So, OKC is playing well. Signing off on the court, episode 6.